Blog Talk Radio.
Hi, my name is Matthew E. O'Neill, and I am the #1 ranked editor for Everipedia.org, and I am currently the host of the Everipedia Boxing Show. Everipedia is an online internet encyclopedia set based out of Santa Monica, California. The company is run for profit and is run by Theodore. It's run by Sam Kazemian, Larry Sanger, and a few other prominent individuals. Currently the #1 ranked editor because I hold a Bachelor of Science degree from Colorado Christian University. I graduated in 2001 with a degree in Computer Information Systems Management. Before that, I have a 2-year degree, an Associate of Applied Science degree from the Community College of the Air Force. That degree I graduated on February 11th, 1999. That is accredited by the Southern Association of Colleges and Schools. And I also beat Jeffrey Dockin, who was on LSU National Baseball Championship team twice. My bouts were sanctioned by USA Boxing and facilitated by Lockheed Martin and Steve Griffin from O'Fallon, Illinois. My career has been covered by John J. Responte. John J. Responte is an author from California who has authored Intimate Warfare and Blood on My Notebook. Both of his books are available on Amazon.com, and Intimate Warfare is in the Chicago Public Library. I was also covered by the Bahrain and the United Arab Emirates in 1999. And I drove a truck in the UAE, and I trained for my match against Preston Hartzog in the UAE. I took my training very, very seriously, and I stopped my progress as an athlete. I consulted someone in the year 2000 about boxing professional. I had some boxing skills, but I'm under 6 feet tall, and I could not be subsidized because of my lack of 21 years old. And I kind of late for boxing. You pick up the gloves at the age of 21. I think that I was able to improve my performance because I sparred Adam Sawyer. Adam Sawyer fought in the Mighty Man competition in Colorado Springs. That event is sponsored by the Bikers. Adam Sawyer won the Mighty Man contest in Colorado Springs, and I took his best punches in sparring and never quit fighting. I think that he lifted up my skill level enough where I could beat Jeffrey Dockin. Really hard. I cycled a marathon on the exercise bike. I did compound movements, squat and deadlift with no weight belt and no hand weights. I did bench press with no squat in it, and I ran in 125-degree weather. I was extremely, extremely dedicated and very strong young man. I've been able to get some of the confidence of some of the ex-professional boxers because I actually boxed myself. I'm an accredited USA Boxing sanctioned athlete, and the Bachelor of Science degree helped as well. The production value in my 3 years on Tribal Air Force Base led to Plymouth, Massachusetts First Division 1A baseball scholarships for the community. And he followed through and got 2 scholarships, Boston College and Northeastern University. When I was in high school, I asked ex-Plymouth North football coach, Plymouth Carver football coach, Carl Frymouth, permission to use the weight training facility. And during my last semester at high school at Plymouth North, Carl Frymouth gave me permission to use the facility, and I could do dips and pull-ups, push-ups, and compound movements when I was in high school. In the state of Massachusetts, you need 4 years of physical education to be a high school graduate. So I was helped by the coaches in the Plymouth community. I was also a basketball player when I was 15, Division I basketball program, and I was a champion scoring points in basketball at Memorial Hall in Plymouth, Massachusetts. And I was a power hitter in baseball when I was 11. Currently, I'm creating pages for boxers. A lot of the pages on Everipedia don't have pictures for the boxers, and they're outdated pages. I've created updates on their pages and added pictures that do not exist. over the next few months, the coronavirus is going to impact all type of businesses all throughout the United States of America. And boxing is a business that will continue to be affected by the global coronavirus pandemic. Everipedia.org is vastly superior to Wikipedia because Everipedia has video capabilities. It has a lot of things that Wikipedia does not. It is also extremely accurate, and it has boxers' records on each page. I have contacted Top Rank Boxing, Mayweather Promotions, and Don King Promotions with my information. Over the next few months, we're going to see if the Tyson versus Roy Jones fight actually happens. Since both guys are over the age of 50, I'm not 100% sure. I think that it is going to happen. It has been covered by Forbes.com, and I think people want the fight to happen. If I were to pick who's going to win, I actually think that Roy Jones is going to beat Mike Tyson. I think he's going to beat Mike Tyson because Mike Tyson could not beat Kevin McBride. And if he cannot beat Kevin McBride 15 years ago, he can't beat Roy Jones. I know Roy Jones has been knocked out, but a lot of his knockouts came late. If he trains and avoids Mike Tyson for the first couple of rounds, he can beat Mike Tyson. Prime Mike Tyson is probably the best boxer that I have ever seen. He's probably the best fighter of all time. However, I think that in his heart, because he became a Muslim, I don't think he wants to hurt anybody. I just don't think he wants to kill or hurt Roy Jones, or any person for that matter. I also created many other pages. And again, over the next few weeks, we'll be contacting ex-professional boxers and having them on this show. I'd like to set up Plymouth, Massachusetts. It's 40 miles south of Boston, Mayweather, Mayflower Boat, the Plymouth Rock, Plymouth Plantation. It's also been a tourist destination. We have many hotels in Plymouth. But Plymouth, Massachusetts, up until a few years ago, had never received a Division I-A scholarship for any of their players. That has changed with the help of Dwayne Follett, who, as Plymouth North coach, got those scholarships through a verbal commitment and a letter of intent. Now, I created the Dwayne Follett Everipedia page and gave him a copy of it. Dwayne has done a lot for the community of Plymouth. I also contacted Plymouth's town manager with the information. I train extremely hard. There's a lot of kids that train hard. It's important that scholarships are there. Plymouth, Massachusetts belongs to the United States of America. And if a kid has talent, he should be able to get a scholarship. Plymouth, Massachusetts has commuter rails to Boston and a bus line to Boston. So it's not removed from Boston Metro. It's important that if a kid has ability, they can get scholarships. As of right now, I'm going to be creating more pages. Hopefully, over the next few weeks, I can get some retired boxers on their careers. Thank you.